You are exhausted, but not because you are failing. You are exhausted because you are far too successful at being useful. From the moment you were born, every institution, every teacher, and every piece of modern advice has pushed you toward one singular defining goal: to become a tool of immense value, to be the reliable employee, the problem-solving friend, the pillar of the family, the person who never says no. But there is a dangerous hidden cost to making yourself a perfect piece of timber. The better you are for building, the faster you will be cut down. Today, we are going to explore an ancient, almost forbidden philosophy, a mindset that contradicts everything you have been taught about success, hustle, and self-worth. We are going to explore the profound, life-saving philosophy of becoming absolutely, unapologetically useless. To understand the cure, we must first dissect the disease. Look closely at the modern American dream. It is draped in the language of freedom and self-actualization, but adventures, it is an engine of pure extraction. We live in a society that measures human worth entirely by utility. Think about the first question you are asked at any social gathering. What do you do? This is not a polite inquiry about your soul, your passions, or your peace of mind. It is a subtle sizing up. Society is asking, what our function? How do you serve the machine? What can be extracted from you? If your answer implies high utility, a doctor, an engineer, a relentless entrepreneur, you are met with respect. If your answer implies low economic utility, you are met with pity. We have been conditioned to believe that if we are not producing, managing, fixing, or serving, we have no right to take up space. And this trap does not stop at the office door. It bleeds into our deepest personal lives. Consider the archetype of the good person. The youth person is agreeable. The good person absorbs the emotional baggage of their toxic friends. The good person stays late at work to finish the project their boss neglected. The good person is a human sponge, soaking up the stress, incompetence, and demands of everyone around them. We label this behavior as nobility. We call it loyalty. We call it being a team player. But let us be brutally honest. It is often just thinly veiled self-destruction. When you are highly useful, you become a magnet for the lazy, the demanding, and the chaotic. Competence is rewarded with more work. Empathy is rewarded with emotional dumping. Availability is rewarded with endless intrusion. You become a resource. And resources in the modern world are mined until they are utterly depleted. This watching democracy. Exhaustion that sleep cannot fix. You wake up tired not because your body is broken, but because your soul is tired of being used as a tool. To some computers, to actually protect your mind and your spirit, you cannot simply manage your time better. Time management is just learning how to be a more efficient tool. You must undergo a radical psychological shift. You must learn the ancient art of disappearing.
Over 2,000 years ago, in ancient China, the Taoist philosopher Zhuangzi told a story that fundamentally shatters our modern obsession with productivity. A master carpenter named Shi was walking with his apprentice when they came across an ancient, magnificent oak tree. It was massive. Its branches were so wide they could shelter thousands of oxen. It was a monument of nature. The apprentice stared in absolute awe. He had never seen such a magnificent piece of wood. But the master carpenter did not even slow his pace. He walked right past it. Confused, the apprentice ran to catch up and asked, "Master, since I took up my axe to follow you, I have never seen timber as beautiful as this. Why did you not even look at it?" The master replied without emotion, "Stop talking about it. That tree is entirely useless. If you make a boat from its wood, it will sink. If you make a coffin from it, it will rot quickly. If you make a door, it will leak sap. If you make a pillar, it will be destroyed by insects. It is not timber. It is of no use. And that is exactly why it has lived to be so incredibly old." Listen closely to the profound wisdom hidden in this story. In the eyes of the carpenter, in the eyes of society, the economy, and the modern machine, value is determined strictly by how well something can be cut down, shaped, and consumed. The straightest trees in the forest are the first ones to be chopped down to make lumber. The sweetest fruit is the first to be eaten. The most reliable employee is the one burdened with the most agonizing workload. By society's definition, the ancient oak was a failure. It failed to be a boat. It failed to be a pillar. But by its own definition, by the laws of nature, it achieved the highest level of success. It survived. It grew wild, untamed, and untouchable. We spend our entire lives terrified of being seen as useless to our bosses, our peers, and our demanding families. But Zhuangzi was warning us. The moment you make yourself into a perfectly straight piece of timber, you are handing an axe to the rest of the world.
So, how do we apply this ancient wisdom to the modern American life? You do not need to quit your job, sell your possessions, and run away to live in a cabin in the woods. That is physical escape. What we need is psychological disappearance. You must learn the art of disappearing in plain sight. To become the useless tree means selectively withdrawing your competence in areas that do not serve your soul. It is the conscious, strategic act of stepping back and lowering the world's expectations of you. Think about your current life. You are likely trapped in a cycle of immediate availability. You answer emails within minutes. You stay on the phone for hours listening to the toxic complaints of people who refuse to change. You volunteer for responsibilities that are not yours simply because you are afraid of the awkward silence. Disappearing means breaking this cycle. It means letting the text message sit unread. It means looking your boss in the eye and saying, "I do not have the capacity to take that on," without offering a frantic apologetic explanation. It means allowing people to be disappointed in you. This is the hardest truth to swallow. Your fear of disappointing others is exactly what keeps you enslaved to them. You must look at the disappointment in someone else's eyes and realize it is not your problem. Their disappointment is simply their realization that they can no longer use you as a tool. When you stop being the dependable fixer, people will initially be angry. They will call you selfish. They will say you have changed. Let them. Let them complain. Let them mourn the loss of their favorite human machine. As you quietly withdraw your utility, something magical happens. The chaotic noise of demanding people slowly fades away. The people who only loved you for what you could do for them will leave. Good riddance. You are clearing the soil around your roots.
But I must warn you, when you first begin to disappear, it will hurt. When you stop running on the treadmill of utility, you will experience psychological withdrawal. The silence that follows will not feel peaceful at first. It will feel terrifying. Because for your entire life, your ego has been fed by the validation of being needed. When the notifications stop, when no one is desperately asking for your help, when the boss gives the prestigious project to someone else, a dark, terrifying question will echo in your mind. If I am not producing, if I am not helping, then who am I? What is my worth? This is the ultimate test. The modern world has programmed you to believe that doing is the only justification for being. We have forgotten that human life has intrinsic, unshakable value outside of economic metrics. Look at the natural world. A mountain does not justify its existence by producing rocks. An ocean does not try to be a more efficient body of water. They simply exist in quiet, undeniable majesty. You must sit in the terrifying void of your own uselessness until the anxiety burns away. You must stare into the silence until you realize that your worth was never attached to your output. You are not a human doing. You are a human being. When you finally detach your self-worth from your utility, you achieve true stoic invulnerability. No one can manipulate you anymore because you no longer crave the reward of their approval. There is an unmatched, intoxicating power in the shadows. When society looks right past you, assuming you are of no use to their grand, chaotic plans, they leave you completely alone. And in that quiet, undisturbed space, you finally have the energy to build a life for yourself. You protect your peace. You cultivate your mind. You spend your energy on the few profound relationships that love you for your soul, not for your service. You become the ancient oak tree, wild, deep-rooted, and surviving the storms that tear down the rest of the forest. Stop trying to be the sharpest tool in the shed. Tools get worn out. Tools break. Tools are discarded. Become the useless tree. Let the world rush by. Let them think you are lost, because for the first time in your life, you are exactly where you are supposed to be. If this philosophy awakened a quiet, forgotten part of your mind, if you are ready to stop being a tool for the world and start reclaiming your peace, then you belong here. Subscribe to the channel. Join this community of modern Stoics and deep thinkers. Leave a comment below with the word untouchable so I know who made it to the very end of this journey. Until next time, protect your peace and embrace the power of the shadows.